Hello you glorious gamers, I'm ChadOfStats here to present 6 of my most anticipated JRPG games of 2024. Now, these are my most anticipated games, but feel free to share yours in the comments. I would love to know what games you're looking forward to. Strangely enough, when I started making this, I did not plan for it to be a JRPG only list. But look where we are now. I guess my tastes are obvious. Now, let us dive into the hype. The beat-em-up turned turn-based game is back with its most extravagant entry yet. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is releasing on the 25th of January in the West for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. From what I have seen, they have fine-tuned the turn-based formula for this game, with many quality of life features and even more craziness, with a story that seems ready to rip our hearts out and make us feel emotions. By force! I played a bit of the first remake and then finished 2, all in preparation for the release of Yakuza Like a Dragon in 2020. The change to a turn-based system along with a new protagonist had my interest, and I fell hook, line and sinker. I loved the result. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth seems to be going bigger and better, adding the new location of Hawaii. But did they stop there? No. There are new job classes with a more refined system, even more mini-games, and they are bringing back the old protagonist Kiryu. 2 notable additions to this game are the Sujimon battles and Dondoku Island. Sujimon matches are 3-on-3 battles where you, the trainer, use the degenerates you fight as your minions in battle. Battle the Discrete 4 and the Sujimon Master in order to become the champion of Sujimon. If the past mini-game was inspired by Pokemon, the next is inspired by Animal Crossing, as you build and craft on Dondoku Island to turn it from a landfill into the ultimate resort. Suffice to say, this game is big. I do have an issue however. They are locking the new Game Plus mode behind the deluxe edition of the game. I am assuming it will be purchasable as DLC later, but I really don't like that they are doing this. Persona 3 Reload is releasing on the 2nd of February for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Persona 5 was my first time experiencing this series, and I fell for it hard. It also gave me a coffee addiction. So, when Persona 3 Reload was announced, an actual remake of the original Persona 3, well, I had flashbacks to drinking too much coffee, but I was also excited. Unfortunately for me, I never expected this to be remade. Months before the announcement, I watched an hour-long video on the original. It was a good video, but I had all the spoilers given to me. Fortunately, I have the desire to experience it for myself still, and this looks like a nice remake. Updated UI, character portraits, environments, and 3D models leave this game feeling fresh and inviting. Mechanically, the game is using some popular battle mechanics from Persona 5, including the baton pass, now known as the shift mechanic. New content includes new side episodes and dialogue also. The game with the strange name. Seriously, 2 words I did not expect to go together. Unicorn Overlord. Releasing on the 8th of March for the Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Not PC though. I wonder why. Feels like a bit of a missed opportunity. Even the developer, Vanillaware's last game, 13 Sentinels, was not released on PC. Out the gate, this game makes quite the claim, calling itself the rebirth of tactical fantasy RPGs. Very bold, but it did catch my attention. Whether it manages to live up to the claim, we will see. It boasts over 60 unique characters to recruit to your army, as well as unit customization. Units seem to have classes, which are upgradable. More interesting, however, is the real-time combat on the battlefield. From my understanding, it does seem to be real-time, but the game will allow you to pause in order to issue commands. The kicker is that once your units start moving, the enemy units move as well at the same time. Units are made up of characters placed on a grid. Where they are placed on this grid influences their combat ability. When 2 units meet, a battle takes place between them. It all seems rather interesting. Let us hope this rebirth of the genre is worthy of the claim. Did I mention that the art style is gorgeous? The cult hit that returns over a decade later. Dragon's Dogma 2 releases on the 22nd of March for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. You play as the Arisen, a being who has been marked by the dragon. Your goal is to defeat that very dragon through fun action RPG combat. Taking on your vocation of choice, job classes, you set out with a wide variety of playstyles. You know how whenever you create your character, it usually takes forever, and you still have not decided how bushy you want your beard to be by the end of it. Well, get ready to do it twice. 4. The pawn system has carried over. Yes, you make your very own pawn that will be with you throughout the whole game. What is a pawn? Well, they are characters that assist the Arisen. Entirely AI controlled. They will follow you around and aid you, learning as you go. This is not a multiplayer game, but you still get a talkative party. Sometimes too talkative. In Dragon's Dogma 2, you can get 3 pawns. The main pawn is always with you and cannot be swapped out. But the other 2 pawns are entirely swappable. You can even use the other player's pawns in your journey, where if they have experienced an event or monster before, they will offer advice and call out weak points. This game series is known for its big monsters that you can climb and attack. Here is such a monster, the Sphinx. Isn't it freaky and uncanny? All this combines into a game that I eagerly await. The game with 100 heroes. It's a Eiyuden Chronicle. 100 heroes? Well, the name says it all. Coming to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on the 23rd of April. The game's development is being led by the creator of Suikoden, Yoshitaka Moriyama. I am sure you can see the resemblance to his past work, but that is what the fans want. This is a 2.5D game featuring lovely pixel art. Also, turn-based combat, where you can combo with those you have formed a bond with. Another aspect of the game is War Mode, a tactical game mode where you must command your armies. But there's more. You get to build up your headquarters, turning it from desolate and ruined to bustling and lively. Even mini-games are playable, like Beyblades? Really? Well, I'm into it. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes was one of the most successful projects on Kickstarter for video games, which makes it the 3rd highest funded video game in Kickstarter's history. Metaphor ReFantazio has my hype and will not let it go, releasing in fall for the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Now, I will say it seems remarkably like Fantasy Persona, but that is not all it is. It is a brand new setting. While it does take some mechanics from the Persona entries, it does provide changes here and there. Let me give you some examples. A main aspect of the game is the journey you're on, and like all journeys, it takes time. You only have a limited amount of time and must manage your daily schedule. So, once more, the time aspect is worked in. However, since it is centered around a journey, it requires a different sort of planning than scheduling around a school needs. There are similar social mechanics. With the equivalent of social links and social stats you can improve, using social link mechanics to improve your standing with the masses. And let us not forget turn-based battles. However, on this, there is one specific change from the normal formula. Light action mechanics are incorporated. So when you face an enemy, you have the choice of taking them on in turn-based battle, or if you think they are weak enough, attack them with a hack and slash action-like combat. Although this aspect is meant for enemies you think can be taken down quickly. Basically, you don't have to waste time taking on weak enemies in turn-based combat. The story of this game centers around taking part in an election, where you must journey to gather the support of the masses, with the most popular candidate being crowned king. There are, however, some JRPGs that are worth mentioning that are not on the list. I'm not saying these games are not good enough, just that these games have my interest, but not the pure hype, or I cannot play it on release for other reasons. So let us start the honorable mentions. First is Shiren the Wanderer, The Mystery of Serpent Coil Island, releasing in the West on the 27th of February for the Nintendo Switch. I have always had an interest in mystery dungeon games, stemming from playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as a child, but I have never delved into the more hardcore version of the genre that the series seems to be. Yet, it still has my attention and I am curious to see what it is like. Second is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which releases on the 29th of February for the PlayStation 5. Now, before you all destroy me in the comments for not including this game in the list properly, I just want to say my piece. I have never played the remake, and thus cannot play this one when it releases. I never experienced the original version, so I want to play the original before trying the remake. I just have not found the time yet. Bad excuse, I know. Lastly is Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. This one caught my attention because I am familiar with the original Fantasy Life on the 3DS. Fitting that the sequel will be on the Switch. It was supposed to release last year, but was unfortunately delayed. It is said to release sometime in the summer instead. I have a weakness for cozy games. What can I say? With this one, I don't have enough information about it to be properly hyped. Those were the games that get me giddy with excitement. I love a good JRPG, and there seem to be many ahead. And hey, The whole list wasn't turn-based, only most of it. But it still counts. Once more, let me know what you're looking forward to. I am eager to share in the love of games and the excitement that comes with them. If you are still here and found this video helpful, entertaining, or just good, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. Thank you for watching.